In this video, we're going to take a look at the second multiplication rule, and that's multiplying anything times the number 10. Let's go. The first example is 2 times 10. Any number times 10 is that number with an added 0, which means 2 times 10 is a 2 with an added 0. A 2 with an added 0 is 20. 3 times 10 is a 3 with an added 0, and a 3 with an added 0 is 30. 8 times 10 is an 8 with an added 0, which is 80. For this next example, we have 1 times 10. We know that any number times 10 is that number with an added 0. So 1 times 10 is a 1 with an added 0. 10. 4 times 10 is a 4 with an added 0. That would be 40. 10 times 10 is a 10 with an added 0. A 10 with an added 0 is 100. Let's try 7 times 10. Since any number times 10 is that number with an added 0, 7 times 10 is a 7 with an added 0. 70. 11 times 10 is an 11 with an added 0, which is 110. 6 times 10 is a 6 with an added 0. That would be 60. 5 times 10. Any number times 10 is that number with an added 0. So 5 times 10 is a 5 with an added 0. A 5 with an added 0 is 50. 9 times 10 is a 9 with an added 0. 90. 12 times 10 is a 12 with an added 0, which is 120. 10 times 1. We know that any number times 10 is that number with an added 0. So 10 times 1 is a 1 with an added 0. 10. 10 times 8 is 8 with an added 0, which is 80. 10 times 7 is a 7 with an added 0. 70. 10 times 9 is a 9 with an added 0. 90. 10 times 2 is a 2 with an added 0. A 2 with an added 0 is 20. 10 times 6 is a 6 with an added 0. 60. 10 times 3. Any number times 10 is that number with an added 0. 10 times 3 is a 3 with an added 0. A 3 with an added 0 is 30. 10 times 12 is a 12 with an added 0. And a 12 with an added 0 is 120. 10 times 4 is a 4 with an added 0, which is 40. 10 times 11 is an 11 with an added 0, 110. 10 times 5 is a 5 with an added 0. A 5 with an added 0 is 50. 9 times 10 is a 9 with an added 0. And a 9 with an added 0 is 90. And lastly, 8 times 10 is an 8 with an added 0, which is 80.